Hi everyone, myself Satya, Department of Mathematics, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. In today's class, we are going to have the topic Leslie model using design thinking concept. Okay, so which is main topic in matrices. Okay, already we know matrix and we solved many problems, right? And which plays a major role in all the industries, right? So matrices which is used to represent are which is that is going to manipulate the data, right? And which plays a major role in graph, images, machine learning, data analysis. Yes, in many cases we are using matrices. Okay, so in matrices, the main topic is Leslie model. Okay, so the topic is what? The Leslie model reimagined design thinking approach. So, okay, so through design thinking approach, we are going to have the topic Leslie model. So for that, reevaluating population predictions with human-centered innovation. This is the main model. Okay. So the first thing is we need to understand what I mean by a Leslie model. So there are 3 steps we need to follow. Okay. The first thing is we need to form the matrix. So which is matrix based. Okay. So that is a mathematical model which is used in population ecology. Okay. The second thing is we are going to have a structure. We are going to analyze the age. Okay. So for that we need to track some population changes across different age groups. Okay, not the same. Okay, and third thing is we need to predict power. Okay, so that we need to forecast the future population sizes and the compositions. Okay, next thing is we need to know what is mean by design thinking. Okay, so we know, right? There are 5 stages. Stage number 1, which is empathize, and 2, define, third, ideate, fourth, prototype, fifth one is test. Okay, so it's an iterative method. Okay, so we are going to start with empathize. What does it mean by empathize? Yes, which is nothing but we are going to understand the user's needs and the challenges. Okay, so from the customers we are going to get all those things. That is all empathize part. Okay, after empathizing, we need to define the problem statement. So we'll have a lot of problems. Okay, we need to narrow down the problem statement. Okay, so that is clearly we need to articulate the problem statement. Okay, that is under defined part. Okay, and third thing is, so now we are having the problem statement. So the next step is what? Ideate. So we need to ideate the ideas or the solutions. Okay, so we'll have a lot of ideas, right? Will have a lot of ideas. So from that, okay, we are going to have the optimized solution which is suitable to the world, right? In that way, how to choose the solution. Okay, for that we need to make the brains to create the solution without any judgment. Okay, suppose we are going to have we are going to choose one idea. Okay, after that we are going to make the product. Okay, based on the idea. Okay, so for that we need to build the tangible representations of solutions. For that we are going to have some prototype. Okay, then we are going to make the test, the last stage. Okay, so we are going to gather feedback. Okay, if it is okay, then we are going to proceed. Right? If it is not okay, we need to redefine the solutions. That is, we are going to go again to IA part. So we'll have a lot of solutions, right? We have one solution, so we moved with that solution, but it is not okay at the end, right? That's why we are redefining the solution. Okay, after that we are going to do the same procedure. Okay, the next thing is phase 1 is what? Empathize and define. So we need to uncovering the population realities and needs. So from the population we are going to get all those details. Okay, so stakeholder interviews, so which is engage the ecologists and policymakers and community members to understand their perspective on the population dynamics and the management. Okay, after that we are going to have the problem framing. For that, clearly we need to define the specific population challenges. What is the problem really they are having the they need the solution, right? Such as declining specifics and resource strain are invasive species control. Okay, after that we are going to have the data synthesis. So that we need to analyze the existing demographic data and environmental factors and historical trends, which is to identify the critical variables affecting the population health. Okay, this is the first thing we need to do. Okay, after that, second phase is we need to ideate and prototype. So crafting dynamic model and scenarios. So model customization, so just adapt the lessee model to incorporate the specific variables and the assumptions which is during the empathize phase. Okay, so which is climate impact or conservation results. Okay, the next thing is we are going to have the scenario generation. So in that case, we are going to develop multiple future scenarios, which includes basic case and worst case, and we are going to have probability outcomes also. So for that, we are going to test the models, robustness, and the flexibility. Okay, next, which is okay for 80%, right? The next thing is we are going to have the interactive prototypes. So in that is we are going to have to build user-friendly interfaces for the model, and which allows the stakeholders to input the variables and visualize the population trends. So which is okay for 90%. Okay. The next thing is phase 3. So in this case, we are going to test and the ideate part. Okay, for that we need to validate and redefine the predictions with the feedback. So based on feedback only, we are going to do these procedures. Okay, so for user testing, which we need to present model prototype to the stakeholders, and we are going to get the feedback. We are going to gather the feedback on usability, accuracy, and relevance of predictions to their specific needs. And we are going to validate data. So for that, we need to compare the model outputs with the real world data and expert opinion, which is to identify discrepancies and areas for improvement. The last thing is we're going to have the refinement of the cycles. If it is okay, the solution, then we are going to proceed with that solution. If it is not okay, then we need to refine the solution. Okay, so for that, we need to iteratively adjust the model parameters, algorithms, and visualization based on the feedback, which ensures the model is robust and valuable. So for that, we will have one case study, that is wildlife conservation. So applying design thinking to wildlife conservation planning. Here also we are going to have the same steps. We are going to start with the empathize and define. So empathize, we need to collect the feedbacks, right? So which is identify critical habitat and threats to a specific endangered species through field research and community engagement. So the next thing is ideate and prototype, which is to develop a custom lessee model to simulate population growth under different conservation strategies, example, anti-poaching measures, habitat restoration. The last thing is test and iterate. So in this case, we are going to validate a model with local conservationists, leading to optimized resource allocation and a projected 50% increase in population growth just over for 5 years. So from this, we are going to have key takeaways, which is we are going to combine design thinking. We are going to saw the Leslie model, which offers a powerful new lens for predicting modeling, moving beyond predictions to dynamic and empathetic solutions. Okay, thank you.